Alright, so I didn't find any videos for this online, so I figured I'd take a video. So, I've got a 2005 Dodge Magnum RT, so of course the HEMI and all that, and I'm doing the timing chain. For the life of me, I couldn't find anything that specifically said how to pull the timing cover off. So, here's the thing. There's a few bolts, stuff holding the alternator in place, some there. There's one hiding here, there, one there. As you can see, the water pump doesn't have to come off, but you do have to remove bolts. Removing this tensioner is not necessary. So, naturally, the alternator has to come off. Power steering oil pump has to come off, not for any particular reason. It's actually not attached to the cover in any way, but what does is expose a nice area you can pry in right here, and you can take a pry bar and lever the timing cover off. Now, your AC compressor is also attached. That has 4 bolts on it. Power steering oil pump has 3. Your alternator has 3, and you have to remove 5 bolts from the oil pan. Those are all AC compressor there. Those are power steering pump bolts. I do not remember where this one comes from. Now here's oil pump that will need to come off as well. There's the screw that holds the pickup tube, screws that hold the oil pump on. Now, I would also recommend taking a picture of your belt routing. If you don't have that handy, you're going to be within your best interest to drain the oil as well and the coolant before you start. Now, assuming you have a good radiator, you have a little thing down here that you can turn and it'll drain the coolant at the lowest point in the system, which is nice. Now, the service manual recommends removing the coolant bottle and the washer bottle for some reason. I'm not particularly sure why. There's also going to be a few electrical connectors you're going to want to remove, namely this one here for this guy, the one on your oil pressure, not oil, your mass airflow sensor that's on your intake. These guys, one for this, your fan. One of these goes to the alternator. Oh no, that's down there. Also, my recommendation is if your alternator has not been replaced yet, might as well replace it. But yeah, that's where I'm at in this stage right now. Probably going to want to replace this O-ring and this one while I'm in here as well. I'll get the nice green ones meant for air conditioning, so those hold up well. You do not have to evacuate your refrigerant. Now, as you can see, I still have my radiator and condenser in place, in addition to the power steering oil cooler. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get stuff off with those still in place, but it does look to be doable. Now, I may be in a world of hurt when it comes to reassembly, and I am not entirely sure if I should replace my oil pan gasket. I'm not very well equipped to do that, but quite a few people recommend it. If you can, absolutely do it, because I do not think this is going to seal properly. I'm probably going to have to take it to the mechanic to have him do that, which is fine. I don't have a lift, and like I said, I'm not equipped for that. There's other guides out there for doing the timing chain and the sprockets. I'd recommend following those. I'm That's what I'm doing. I'm no expert with this. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. But if there's anyone out there that is looking for some guidance on this, especially on a car instead of a truck or a Jeep, I hope this helps. And as mentioned, like I said, the water pump does not have to come off. It certainly makes life a lot easier. During reassembly, I am also going to have a pain in the butt with this hardline tube for the water pump. I do not know how it comes off. I will eventually figure that out, but in the meantime, it will just sit loose. Oh, what else? Pull off the tire. You're going to get a lot better clearance to get to the bomb screws on the compressor. It's not super necessary for the alternator because there's this cross member here, so you're not going to gain much. You can get in from underneath if you can. Otherwise, if you have a ridiculously long breaker bar, you can get in there actually and do it from the top or through this area exposed here. I was doing a bit of both, primarily to be able to see where I was on the bolt. But yeah, this is where I'm sitting right now on this for progress. This was not a one-day thing. This has been the span of hours across multiple days with lots of beating my head against the wall. Yeah, this has been way too much of an undertaking for me. I mean, I'm definitely learning something and sharing what I've learned, but it's been an interesting ride. You are sing on those lines? Shoot. Oh, that bungee wasn't doing anything. Okay, well... Huh. Alright, well, I will take a look at that and upload this. Thanks for watching.